What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. Thanks for pressing play. Today we're going to talk about the C8 Corvette Z06 and the 2023 C8 Corvette and the ordering guide. So let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so we have talked a lot about the C8 Corvette on this channel, specifically the Z06 recently, and we all kind of expected to hear some information about the Z06 in the past day or two, and unfortunately we haven't really gotten it. We have gotten the ordering guide for the 2023 C8 Corvette base model, but nothing on the actual Z06, not yet at least. Now, it was rumored and talked about in the beginning that we were going to get the Z06 information with the base C8 information at the same time, but it doesn't make sense at the same time. It does make sense that we would get that information all at once, but I guess GM decided we're not going to get it all at once this time. We're just going to get the base C8 Corvette information. Now, we are going to go over that information here in a second because it is still relevant. There are still a lot of you out there waiting for your C8 Corvettes. Some of you specifically ordered the 2023 models, and there are some different options available for the 2023s. Typically, Chevy makes a little bit of a change every model year for these cars to just give you a little bit something extra, or sometimes take away something. So we're going to go over those in a minute, but I wanted to address the fact that none of the information for the Z06 has been released yet. No pricing, no options, nothing. Now, if you guys are following the channel, you'll know we've talked about in the past that we did expect to get the Z06 information towards the end of March. It doesn't look like that's happening now. There has been a lot of happenings in the C8 Corvette realm that kind of influenced this, I think. So we're going to talk about that in a second as well. Basically, what it comes down to is there's a lot of problems getting parts for the Corvettes, for cars in general, but of course, talking about the Corvettes, this is what's really being affected for you guys. By now, I'm sure you guys have all already heard. The C8 Corvette has had some issues with the backup sensors, and they have been pulled from the actual ordering guide, meaning that basically you can't get them on the car. You would instead get a $50 credit, and when those parts become available, you could take it to the dealership and have them installed. Now, that is definitely not the best case scenario, but it gets worse, guys. So right now, the big option that everybody wants on their Corvette for the most part is, of course, the magnetic ride control. And that is one of the options right now that is not able to be obtained. So if you want to order a car, right now, you are not going to get that magnetic ride control. And if you ask me, this is one of the biggest reasons why we have not heard anything about the C8 Corvette Z06 yet, because that car comes standard with the magnetic ride control. There's no option for that. You get it whether you want it or not if you order that Z06. So like I said, I think that is one of the biggest reasons we haven't heard anything about the Z06 yet. Moving on, it gets a little bit worse. Yeah, I know. It's already pretty bad. It gets even worse. For you guys waiting for the C8 Corvette in general, the plant is currently shut down. Now, they are completely shut down because they're out of parts. There's nothing to build these cars, and until they store up some more parts, there's no point in being open, having the people stand there, and not being able to build any cars. So once again, the plant is shut down. For those of you who follow the channel or are following the C8 Corvette happenings in general, you'll know this is not the first time that that plant has shut down, and it's not the first time that this plant has shut down for this exact same reason. Parts are hard to get right now. The first place I read about the magnetic ride control being on constraint is the gmauthority.com website. They go on to talk about how this is really only affecting the 2022s, but then in the comments section, they start talking about how this is really only affecting people with an allocation of March or further. Now, with that said, it kind of sounds like you're pushing heavily into the 2023 allocation area at that point, but nonetheless, it is still affecting the cars that are ordered from here forward. A huge thank you to today's video sponsor, which is Ridge Wallet. It is a fantastic replacement for your current everyday use wallet. As a guy, we typically carry way too much junk in our wallets, typically old credit cards, a bunch of receipts, sometimes even hotel room keys that we don't need anymore. The Ridge Wallet helps organize all that stuff down to the core of what you actually need while maintaining a very new and up-to-date look. The best part about the Ridge Wallet is that it will fit in your front pocket. You do not have to any longer put it in your rear pocket. It's able to fit better in your pockets because of the sleek minimalist design. The two metal plates sandwiched together actually have RFID blocking in them as well, so no one can steal any of your credit card information. There are a bunch of different designs on their website to ensure that everybody is happy with the way that their wallet looks. I will drop a link in the description down below so you guys can check it out for yourself with a discount of 15% just for being a horsepower obsessed fan. Be sure to check it out in the description below. Now, a lot of people are actually speculating that GM is putting the magnetic ride control on constraint to build up a surplus of magnetic ride control parts for the Z06 specifically. What it really comes down to is whether you want the C8 Corvette or the C8 Corvette Z06, and you haven't put in an order for it yet, you're going to be waiting if you want that magnetic ride control. Now, to take it even a step further, it looks like the magnetic ride control is available if you order a C8 Corvette with the Z51 package, but not if you add on the magnetic ride control to a normal C8 Corvette without the Z51. In the very beginning, you were not able to get the magnetic ride control without the Z51 package, but that has since been changed. GM has always been tweaking their order lineup for the C8 Corvette, so now you can add that whether you have the Z51 or not. And with that said, GM seems to only be pulling that option away from the C8 Corvette that does not have the Z51 package added as well. So it kind of seems like GM is only really pulling these parts from the cars that aren't specifically built for the track. So maybe they are putting together a surplus of magnetic ride control parts for the Z06. If that's the case, then we really should be hearing something about this car very soon. All right, guys, so next we're going to jump into a spied shot of the 2023 Corvette Z06 on a cold, rainy evening. This information actually comes to us from our friends over at the Corvette Blogger. And of course, it is the hypersonic gray Z06 with the Z07 package that we have seen a couple different times, but this color looks so good on this car, I felt like I had to share these leaked shots with you. Now, these pictures, and there's a little bit of a video that actually comes to us from another YouTuber named Sinister Coyote 5.0. He's the one that actually captured the pictures, but I'm just going to show you the pictures from the CorvetteBlogger.com website. If you want to check out his video, I will link it in the description down below. It's a little bit of a walk around to really show off this car for you guys. Now, the one thing you're going to notice right off the bat is the rear exhaust. So it is the side exit exhaust, not the center exit exhaust that we have seen on the Z06 pre-production models. Now, this one takes it even further because this one is a really early pre-production model before GM actually moved those exhaust tips into the center. They played around a lot with different exhaust setups to try to really nail this thing down and really make it sound as good as possible before bringing it out to us to hear. Because of that, they had the center exit exhaust as well as the side exiting exhaust tips. This is obviously a really early on car. Nonetheless, it looks really, really good. Definitely be sure to head over to his channel though and check out the video of the car, because towards the end you can actually hear the exhaust when the car starts, and you can tell it does not sound anything like the Z06 we've heard today. Those center exit exhaust tips have been specifically tuned to let this flat plane crank just sing, and the side exit exhaust tips do not sound as good in my opinion. Let me know what your thoughts are down below after checking that video out. Alright guys, so finally we're going to jump into the actual 2023 online ordering guide and go over just the different options that are available for 2023 than what was available for the 22s or the 21s, because for the most part a lot of it is the same. Now, I'm going to link all of this in the description down below, but for the most part, a lot of this information comes to us from our friends over at the midenginecorvetteforum.com. That's where they actually link directly to the 2023 online order guide from the gmfleetorderguide.com. With all that said, we're going to start with the deletions, the things that you can no longer get for 2023. The first one is, of course, the actual championship C8R edition cars. Those are no longer available. That was just a one-year run, and even though those are a quote-unquote sticker package car, you can no longer get them anymore, so they are that much more rare. You can no longer get the Morello red dipped interior. You can no longer get the Sky Cool gray / strike yellow interiors. You can no longer get the 19-inch front / 20-inch rear 5 Trident spoke black painted aluminum wheels, the LPO option. And that's it. So that is all that has been removed. Now the new features are going to be Adrenaline Red Dipped Interior, 70th Anniversary Special Edition, the Stealth Interior Trim Package, the 19-inch / 20-inch rear 20-spoke bright machine-faced forged aluminum wheels, the carbon flash painted forged aluminum wheels with the red stripe, and the gloss black forged aluminum wheels. You also have now the option for black exhaust tips, first time in the C8 Corvette run that we're going to get that option. And you also now have an option for chrome lug nuts as an LPO. And after looking through the order guide here, it is confirmed that the White Pearl Metallic Tri-Coat and the Carbon Flash Metallic Paint will only be available with the 70th Anniversary Special Edition cars. You will not be able to paint your car that color unless you get the 70th Anniversary Edition. That's unfortunate. I was hoping that it would go the other way, but it looks like Chevy wants to keep those two colors special and specific for the 70th anniversary. And really that is about it. So with the 2023, obviously the majority of the car is exactly the same as the 22s and the 21s, with a couple different little changes sprinkled in there. Now, as of March 21st, we got the special Stingray order guide, which of course is on the gmfleetorderguide.com website. On March 23rd, which is tomorrow, we're going to get this Stingray pricing. Now, those of you who want to get a 2023, you can look at probably between $1,000 to $1,500 different than the 2022 starting price. It should be right around in there, but we will know for sure officially tomorrow. On March 24th, we're going to get the first of the allocations for the Stingray, and they can be entered into the actual Workbench Connect ordering system. So if you have a dealership that is going to get some allocations, you can actually place your order starting on the 24th. So that is pretty much it, guys. Like I said, I will leave all the information down in the description below. If you want to read up on this a little bit more, if you're interested in ordering a 2023 Stingray, definitely check it out. There are some differences that we went over. So if you're liking those changes and you want to grab one, you might want to start looking at getting with your dealership on the 24th so you can actually place that order. Unfortunately, there's not really a lot of news about the Z06 today, other than the fact that we're not getting any news towards the end of the month like we were hoping we were going to. So unfortunately, there isn't any more information than that available for the Z06. But stay tuned, guys, because it is going to be coming soon. For this car to be a 2023, just like the Stingray, we are going to have some information delivered to us very soon, whether it is a leak or an official information from GM, one way or another. We're going to have to know the pricing very soon. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. So if you liked what you saw, please smash that thumbs up button. Let me know you're liking the content so we can keep creating this stuff for you guys. I absolutely love talking about this kind of stuff. I hope you guys like it as much as I do, and you can let me know you do by hitting that thumbs up button. If you have any questions, please feel free, leave them down in the comment section below so we can start a little bit of an engagement and actually have a conversation about this stuff in the comment section as well. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. We're going to have loads of information like this coming you are not going to want to miss. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next upload.